Hi, welcome to my channel, Craft with Barbara Drake. And today I am going to be making what I consider a very easy card that a beginner can put together. I won't be using any of ink pads, I won't be using any stamps, just a die. And if you are a beginner and sometimes you don't know where do I begin, what do I do, as long as you have your supplies, you have your cardstock, you have pattern paper, you have stamps, you have dies, you have your embossing die cutting machine, and you don't know where to begin, all you have to do is you can go online and just do a search on card sketch layouts, and you will get a number of layouts that you can follow, go through your materials that you have and use that layout to get you started. It is very, very simple. Just make it easy. Don't complicate things too much. And to me, card making is very rewarding. And, to me, it's worth the effort, it's worth your time, and it's worth the money that goes into it. So let me show you today the easy card that I'm going to make. The first thing I want to show you is the materials that I'm going to be using. And Sale-A-Bration runs till the 28th of this month. And this product here is free with a $50 purchase, Daffodil Afternoon. It's a 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. And this is the paper that I'm going to be using. And the dies that I'm going to use are from the mini catalog, which goes until June 30th. It's called the Amazing Thanks dies. It has the words thanks, has you and are amazing, and it comes with an offset on it. So like you can see here, they just clipped the S off for the word thanks, which is what I'm going to be using today, just using thank you. And the other paper I'm going to be using, this is the 2021-2023 In Color Shimmer Vellum. And it comes in these 5 colors: Evening Evergreen, Fresh Freesia, Pale Papaya, Polished Pink, and Soft Succulent. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's like a texture, but it's like almost like a glitter. It is very pretty, and you get 2 sheets. You get 2 sheets of each. So I'm going to use, that's what I cut out my thank you with. And the vellum I'm going to use is, which I used in another one of my videos, is the layering designs. I'm going to be using a script on that. So that should be it for my supplies. So the cardstock, the Designer Series paper, this is what it looks like. That's the front and the back of those. And spring is right around the corner, so the daffodils will be blooming. And I can't wait for that. So my sketch, actually this is just something that I cut out. I'm going to be using an A2 size card, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then this layering piece is 4 and 5 1/4. This piece here is 2 and 3 3/4. And this is going to be a piece of vellum, 1 3/4 by 6. So here are the pieces here. Put that layout to the side. And the colors that go with this Daffodil Afternoon are these right here. So what I did when I was determining what colors that I'm going to use, I used what they have on the back of their Designer Series paper, so that way it's easy for you to see what colors that you want to use. So I am using one of this piece here is a 6 by 6, and I used the whole piece making this card. The only thing I had left over was this piece right here. It was like 2 by 2 1/4, because I'm going to use this piece that was left for the inside of my card, and I will just put this down here at the bottom. So that's not too bad for one card, and I only have this left over. So there's your 4 and 5 1/4. So the back of this, which coordinates, this is going to be my 2 and 3 3/4 piece there. And then for my vellum, I cut it at the 1 3/4 by 6, because it's easier if you just wrap this around and tape it here, so that way you don't see your tape marks there on the front. So, and then when I cut my die out, I used the crushed curry. I'm bringing out the crushed curry here, and that shimmer vellum that I showed you. That's what this looks like here on top. I can pick up the word "you." It's going to go like that. So I'm going to get this put together, glue it on here. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward so you don't have to watch me go through that. You will see towards the end of the video, I forgot to mention this, so I'm throwing this clip in now. I used this silicone craft sheet and my liquid glue and a sponge dauber to sponge on the glue to my sentiment. When you're using an intricate die, it is kind of hard to get, glue on your pieces like that. So I learned this from one of my uplines, and you just take your liquid glue on your silicone craft sheet and just dab your sponge on it like this, then take your intricate die cut and you can just daub it like that, and save your sponge. This will be, just for your glue. And then when this dries, you can just take your finger and you can just scrape it right off. So I wanted to show you that in case there were any questions in the video if you saw that and I didn't mention it. So I wanted to do it now. Now, on to the card. Okay, now that I have that glued on there, you could say, oh, I want to step this up a little bit. So what you can do is, this is using the ribbon called, I know it's Evergreen, Evening Evergreen. So I'm going to put this over here like this. And I think what I may do is I may use some mini dimensionals on this. I've seen a lot of people, what they'll do, they will take this part of the die, the solid piece here, the back piece, and they'll cut that out like 3 times of the same color, and then just build that up so it gives it a lot of depth, so that way you don't have to use dimensionals. I've seen that done. But I think today I'm just going to go ahead and use these mini dimensionals. And be careful where you place them, because they, you know, if you get them too close to the edge, you'll see through it or you'll see it on the other side. Especially these small places there. Put one here. Okay, actually the longest part of putting this card together is the die cut, just getting that glued and getting your dimensionals on the back. So for the bow, I'm just going to take a mini glue dot and get it on the back of here. Actually, I think I'll use 2 of them. There we go. And I mean, you could leave it, you know, if you didn't want to do that, if you just wanted to leave it simple. And there's the card. You could add some gems on here if you wanted. I could probably tack that down with, probably get some glue underneath that. And you saw where I just cut the S off for the thanks, to turn it into just thank you. So there is the, what I call a easy card. And here's another card that I used using the same Daffodil Afternoon DSP, just using the word thanks. And then on this one, I didn't put the vellum all the way, wrapped it around. But as you can see where I have the sequins, you can see underneath there where I used the snail tape. So I just used the gems to kind of cover that up. So to get around that, if you don't want your tape to show through, that's why I just wrapped it around on this piece here. So that way you don't have that, your tape, your gun, your tape showing. So there you go. Those are my 2 easy beginner cards. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you're interested in any of the products, I will have them listed below the video. Here is my host code for the month of February. And if you don't have a demonstrator, I would be more than happy to be your demonstrator. Again, thank you for watching and have a great day. Till next time, bye.